children learning to sail, a common summertime sight. Learning about tying knots, wind direction, sail trim, teamwork, having fun. But these kids aren't just learning to sail, they're learning a great deal more. About confidence, possibility, and potential. They're learning that they can be just like any other kid. Maybe even better. The Berdn Sail Training Program teaches children with learning differences to sail. Established in 1984, Berdn is a 2-week day camp located in Annapolis, Maryland. It's a place where these children learn to sail in an environment designed to meet their special needs.
The first day they take the kids out, they show them how to capsize, they show them how to write, they tell them all the safety rules, and they just take them out and teach them to sail. It's a pretty phenomenal program.
The Berdn program was created by Jim Muldoon, an avid racing sailor. Jim witnessed how his son, who has learning differences, excelled at sailing. Inspired by the transformation he saw in his own son, he believed that other children could benefit from sailing as well.
We've gone through a full cycle of learning curve. We've learned what age group to deal with, what kind of location we need, what kind of boats we need, and what the curriculum needs to be, and what kind of instructors we need to have. We've learned a lot about how to raise money so that the program stays reasonable.
With the assistance of the United States Sailing Association, the Berdn Corporation has developed Berdn in a Box, a manual that provides communities guidance on establishing a safe and effective sailing program for children with learning differences. Learning differences are disorders that affect how kids learn, but not their potential to learn. Learning differences may affect the ability to understand and use spoken or written language, do mathematical calculations, coordinate movements, or pay attention.
Kids with learning disabilities usually have trouble with the written word. It's their biggest problem. These are not children that aren't bright. They're bright. In fact, most of them are above average bright. But they learn by doing. And there is very few things that you can feel the wind, see the sensation, see cause and effect better than sailing. So they learn by doing, they learn intuitively and instinctively, and they can also use the creative part of their brain.
These disorders often prevent children from processing information in a traditional way. As a result, traditional learning environments may not work for them, and that experience often leads to a lack of self-confidence and low self-esteem.
Aaron is the third of 4 boys in my family, and he loves sports, but he's never excelled in them, and he's always felt different, out of place, not like his brothers, not like anybody else. Everybody else can learn to read, he couldn't. Everybody else could write, he couldn't. Everybody else is successful at sports. His visual motor, eye-hand coordination, things like that impacted on that.
Berdn in a Box is not a step-by-step how-to manual, but rather a guide that addresses developing the proper learning environment, designing a training program, and administering a nonprofit organization. The Berdn program provides an environment that incorporates alternate teaching methods that are more effective for these young people.
Kids that can't pay attention, kids that can't stay focused, I don't think you could possibly imagine putting on a sailboat, which is slow, which you have to concentrate. So in some ways it doesn't make sense that they do it so well, but I think it must be that it's like single system. It's one thing that they can think about. They've got to have all their concentration on where the wind's coming from. Are the sails correct? Is the rudder in the right direction? Is the centerboard down? So I think it just really helps them focus.
In addition to learning to sail, these kids gain social skills, make lasting friendships, and learn the value of teamwork.
We have 2 people on the boat, so you have to rely on the other person, so you just learn to like everybody and work with everybody.
Small group instruction provides the personal attention these children need. They learn at their own pace. A reduced emphasis on reading manuals and writing removes barriers presented by disorders such as dyslexia. A hands-on approach encourages children to physically perform a task before getting in the water.
Their instruction gave me a lot, but then once we got out on the water, just me being on the boat and them giving me more instruction made me twice as good.
This capitalizes on their ability to learn by doing. Throughout the camp session, counselors use positive encouragement to motivate and challenge the kids.
Tap.
Right.
And the clue.
Right. Andrew is going to be awarded with the Fleet Commander Award. Congratulations.
When he took me out on the boat at the end of his first session, the first summer he was here, and he sailed that boat all by himself, I cried. I'm crying now.
I just think this is a fantastic program. It really does build these kids' confidence up. And I like to see it move on out. I mean, it's really top-notch.
He has excelled at something in his life that none of his other brothers have excelled at. He has felt accomplished. He feels so at one with himself, with the water, with the world when he's out on that boat sailing. It has made him feel so good about himself, so successful. It has really helped to build up his self-esteem. He looks forward to this camp all summer, all year long. He's passionate about sailing now, and it has really just helped him develop into a much happier, more peaceful human being.
Good morning, Drew.
For more information, please contact the United States Sailing Association.